stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you. This isn't about you. have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you. Stay here any longer. Not now.
Unseen for generations, a dyad in the Force.
What's up, everybody? Oh, look at all the ramens and the cowpogs in the chat. Welcome back to another episode of Dyad in the Force. This is episode 52. It is a great episode
52.
to be, because this is our 1 year anniversary, 1 year of Dyad, and we're joined by, look at all of these emotes suddenly, just wow. Chocopog elements, what? That came out a little bit incorrect. Yeah, I mean, this is a free-for-all episode. We don't have much planned to talk about, but there is probably a lot to talk about. So let me get a shout out in the chat for St. Pat, Ace Bronx, Marvel Brights, Leia Rose, live from Vader's Castle, Chatton, Brooke, Jack Brody, the Jedi Smark, Robert Kenobi, the Podwans Show, Darthman86, what's up, Kenny? Cal 4, JB Jora, and of course AJ, the SK Base, who is also on the call with us. What's up, AJ? How you doing?
Who, what, who's where? Am I here?
Yes, you are.
It's been a minute, guys.
It has
How
been
are
a
you?
minute. You know, good. Really good day.
Good now that you're here.
Yes.
Oh,
We missed you, buddy.
I'm better to be here. And like last time I was here, I was in my Choco blue. This time I got to be in my element red.
Yeah, buddy.
I got to be fair.
Lots of emotes in the chat trying to take advantage of the emote wall. I hope it's working. It has been finicky over the past couple of days, but this is a free episode. We're just gonna shoot the stuff, shoot the ish, just talk about whatever comes to mind. But first, I want to shout out Bariqua Wookie for joining Squadron 7 in the neutral. Not even during the live. So I'm gonna replay this right now, right over Choco's face.
It's okay. They don't need to see my face.
Boriqua Wookie joined Squadron 7.
Thank you to Bariqua Wookie for joining Squadron 7. Please leave in the chat what starship you'd like to use in our hangar. Yes, your support is very much appreciated. Lots of Choco Pogs in the chat, lots of fireworks and streamers and war criminal choppers. Yeah, so what's up, Choco? What you been up to?
I just played, my first true tabletop RPG session earlier today with some amazing people. It was a High Republic one-off, and it was a lot of fun. It's supposed to be a one-off, but we're going to be talking about maybe coming back, because we had some twists and turns in that campaign.
That's exciting.
It was very it was the first one that we did ever. Me and Choco especially. I think the last time I had played D&D was when I was 13, and even then it wasn't it was just something that we youngins played that we didn't have much structure, and we were just having a good time and having fun. Now it's man, this thing that we just did, I can't wait for everyone to see it. We are going to be inviting...
Ace Bronx super chatted $2.24. Happy
Shout out
anniversary.
To Ace Bronx with the ramen drop, $2.79. Drop some ramens in the chat, please. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Ace Bronx.
Thank you, Ace Bronx.
We are gonna invite some of the people that we did do the D&D with later on in the show, but for now we're just gonna give them some time to decompress. We just got off of the session, and
yeah, we ran until 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, which was 30 minutes ago for us.
So
I heard you say something about you can't wait for us to see it. Did you guys record it?
yes,
Recorded it. Ooh. I'm going to be doing some mastering, maybe add some sound effects and stuff like that.
As someone who's been playing D&D for upwards of way too many years, over a decade, I'm really excited to see this, you guys. I'm so excited to watch this. It was a lot of fun. We even had Shaylee is over in the UK right now, and it's her birthday, and she was able to join us as a very angry Ewok, and it was delightful. That's so good. That's so good.
Really quickly, shout out to the Podwans podcast for the $4.99 Robin drop. Your support is highly appreciated, and thank you to everyone who is saying happy anniversary. It has been, I can't believe it's been a year. AJ was one of our first guests, and we do have Eggy as well slated. She may be running late. She's got a couple of things to do, but when she arrives, we're going to have a even greater time, because she was also our very first guest. Shout out also to Brian with the beard who donated $4.20 to say super shattered.
Yeah, AJ was our first guest, and that was awesome. AJ, you were early on, but that was one of the chillest episodes we ever had. It was like, is this a triad now? What's going on?
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
appreciate.
I remember geeking out over legends and stuff for half an hour after the podcast was done. We were just hanging out,
and we were. I think we were dragging Kiadi Mundi for a lot of that time.
Yes,
I believe.
Yes, that always makes it a good time.
We drew and quartered him.
Yeah, I'm that's putting it lightly.
We gave him the old beginning scene of RoboCop treatment.
If only.
Shout out to Levi Bond. Here, I'm gonna put it over here. There you go. Shout out to Levi Bond.
Levi, it's been a minute.
Super
Always
chatted
appreciate you.
$1.99. Happy anniversary, Element and Choco. Party popper. Champagne bottle.
I wish you guys could hear the alerts, but shout out to Harith Productions as well. $1.99 with the ramen drop. Happy anniversary, Element and Choco. But as I was saying, shout out to Levi Bond as well, who said happy anniversary. Can't stick around, but I hope you have a great stream. Thank you for stopping by. So
Well, just real quick. I mean, I wanted to record a message before the show, but didn't have time to. I wanted to stop and just say thank you to this community. Like, what was it? 2 months ago, I had the 1 year anniversary of High Ground, and then 1 year anniversary here of Dyad in the Force. And again, I just started making random content on TikTok because 2020 was a very difficult year, and I thought it was going to go crazy. And so, in this outlet, like, truly helped, and it just started rolling and becoming a thing. And now there's this whole incredible community, and there's all these other, I couldn't find anyone to talk about Star Wars with in a positive light. And now there's so many people, and there's so many more podcasts and so much more conversation going on, and it's amazing, and I love it. I love you guys, and I truly appreciate it.
Yes, I was going to also, with the time given, I was also going to make a cut of all of our episodes and all of our guests, put them together, and just put Choco's message as well as this message into the video. And I might still release it on TikTok so you guys can see it, but overall the message was, you guys are Dyad in the Force. We wouldn't be where we are
Live
today.
from Vader's Castle super chatted $1.35.
We wouldn't be where we are today without all of you guys, all of our guests, everyone that just stops by every week just to hang out with us. So thank you very much for your support and for being a part of this community. But live from Vader's Castle with the 1 pound ramen drop, that actually sounds more apropos.
Sounds very filling.
Yes. Thank you very much for your support. The real Dyad Force is the friends we made along the way. Correct, Camilla, correct.
Carter is in the chat. I always appreciate Carter. He was always there supporting High Ground, and like, he'd be on his way home from wrestling matches and stuff like that last year, and so I would always talking like, "Did you win?" And he won most of them. Dude kicks ass at wrestling and bottle flipping. You should ask him about that. There's footage that exists of him at like 7 flipping bottles and going nuts, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say real quick, if you don't mind, I have the second to be, because I get to kind of speak hopefully for everybody else when I get to say that, like, as much as the community is amazing. We love, we're all great, but you two have been just at the forefront of pushing this positivity in the fandom. And like, I remember getting the invitation to hang out with you guys, and like, it just kind of, it felt overwhelming because you guys are like both such wonderful people and wonderful role models in this fandom. Like, I know I can have a tendency to get a little negative, and we all can, but you guys always are just the starlight beacon guiding this fandom towards positivity. And I just want to say, on behalf of all of us, thank you two for leading the way for us.
thank you very much.
It's appreciative.
It's always like, whenever those sentiments are echoed, it's always weird for me to acknowledge it, even though I have to, because again, at the end of the day, I'm probably speaking for Choco here. We're all just people, right? And we're all just trying to do our best. But coincidentally, we, I guess, had a lot to do with a lot of these things that you're talking about, and so we have to at least accept it and acknowledge it.
Yeah, it's just nice to see powerful, strong voices for positivity. Even when we don't love things, even when they're not your favorite, you guys still make an effort to just keep it positive and inviting and open and fun for everyone. And that's really great. So thank you guys.
I just remember seeing a guy pop up on my For You page with some awesome ideas on how to bring Starkiller in. And I was like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's we just I don't know, just want to raise all ships.
And given that this is an anniversary episode, I do kind of want to like reminisce a little bit, because the first time we actually started this, every single guest that we've had ever since the beginning has always been like this discovery moment, right? Each time a new creator came, or a new creator started making Star Wars videos and just being positive and adding to the conversation that we were having, we was always like, we got to get them on. Like Brandon was having them on High Ground, and then we were having them on Dyad, and like I do remember the specificity of our excitement when we both said at the same time, we have to get Starkiller, because we both started watching your videos at the same time relatively, and you know, it's been like that since day one. Every single creator that started creating, we were like, let's get them on, just because like we loved how everyone had started creating content, and we were adding more and more onto this robust community and adding more and more guests.
I do miss the when no one was working, like none of us had jobs. Miss Aggie, who will hopefully join at some point, would just do these drunken Star Wars rants, and they were the best thing ever. And yes. I was like, all right, I'm doing Attack of the Clones. I have to get you on and just have you talk about Anakin and about the Anadala relationship. And that's how I met Miss Aggie, and it was like, you know, it's just super cool.
I'm trying.
Me and Shaylee just bonding over Jedi power battles was wonderful. My very first episode of High Ground was an absolute mistake, and the person I invited didn't show up. But I ended up becoming friends with a dude named Kev, because it was his older brother that I invited, and he's like, "Can my little brother join?" And then he didn't join, and then and then he called up, you know, since Dad the Bounty Hunter didn't show up, he reached out to J. Kevin Parker.
Xanatus 1138 super
and then all those
$4
people, like, we get to have him on.
Just popping in to drop some love. You guys are the best and pillars of this awesome community. Here's to many more years.
Shout out to Xanatus 1138 with the $5 ramen drop. Just popping in to drop some love. You guys are the best and pillars of this awesome community. Here's to many more years. Sorry, Choco. It's just because I have text-to-speech or speech-to-text on those tips that it started talking over you.
Happens.
Go for it. Continue the thought. Sorry.
Oh no, just reminiscing, you know, and I apologize if I talk about High Ground as well, because in my mind there's not a big differentiation between the two, because it's all one big community, and you know, we normally have the same people on both. You know, sometimes people appear over there first, like Vanessa.
Over here, yeah.
Yeah, rude.
Well, this is why my sentiment was, you guys are Dyad in the Force, because every single creator that has appeared on High Ground or on Dyad, every single creator that is creating right now in the hopes of cultivating a positive community is part of this machine. And you know, Podwan's podcast, they fly now, Too Black, Too Nerdy, even
Conspiracy Cantina,
even the Star Horse, who was on a hiatus and trying to rebrand right now. Shout out to Hannah and Sawyer. The, you know, Straw Hat Goofy and J Stubes, all of these podcasts that have risen up out of the weight of being pushed down by negativity is part of this Dyad in the Force machine. And I would be remiss if I did not give High Ground the credit it deserves for being the provenance of Dyad in the Force, because it was on Balance in the Force that we met. We established, hey, we say a lot of the same things and share a lot of the same views, and we even finish each other's sentences, and we're like, we're a Dyad. And then like a couple of days later, I was like, Choco, I'm going to do a Dyad in the Forest podcast. And that's how it all started.
I was like, yes. He's like, I didn't ask anything yet. I'm like,
Yeah. Star
you
Wars
did.
English class too, yes.
Star Wars English class, yeah.
Please leave it in the chat below if we're missing anybody. I apologize.
Oh, we
if we're
are
not...
definitely missing people.
Oh,
because
yes.
we didn't mention Camilla, Buttercup
Yes,
Wookiee,
Beings of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Things of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Um,
So yeah, that's why I
Star
was
Wars
like,
Music Minute.
oh yeah, that's true.
that's why I was like, I don't want to interrupt. I was like, I'm just gonna write in the chat, and hopefully other people do too, because yeah, there's so many wonderful podcasts.
Yeah.
No.
Shout out to Luke. This community is the absolute best. Thank you guys for inspiring us all. Try not to cry right now. There's a lot of like emotional sentiment that's happening, especially AJ when you first started talking about this stuff. It's we love you guys. Love every single one of you guys. And when you comment, or when we comment, when we engage with each other and we have each other's backs, it's the stuff of legends, really.
Yeah. I just gotta talk for a second about people like, well, everyone who's part of the Filoni family but specifically with Meeks and Emily, Similemily. I will never be able to say her name.
Emily.
Carter Dibbert super chatted $1
And JB,
The impact you guys have made is greater than
all many
SW.
people who
Heart.
like weren't making content, at least not at the beginning, but they're so positive in all the comment sections, just being like the nicest people. I'm like, I don't even know you guys yet, but like, you're in the family already. I was able to have Emily on to talk about Luke, and Meeks on talk about Ahsoka. Talk about something I can't remember. And JB was traveling a lot, but I was proud to finally have him be part of the project with what we did earlier today with the tabletop RPG. So it was a very amazing character. And Jesus.
Shout out to Carter for the $2 ramen drop. I'm gonna replay his speech to text.
The force is strong with this one.
Carter Dibbert super chatted $1.99. The impact you guys have made is greater than SW. Heart.
I'm just replaying it for you guys, so because I know a lot of you want to hear the voice say super shatted. So there you go.
X-Core Gamer Skills in the chat. I want to thank you. He came to talk about the failings of the Jedi, and we had a really interesting and a good conversation about that with Fern, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome people all around.
This is just incredible. If you had asked me when I first, because I have a history of starting things and not finishing them. If you had asked me, I would have gotten a year with this show. Or if you had asked me if it was going to become like a live show, I'd have been like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like, slowly but surely, it has matured into, especially after learning so much about streaming. Slowly but surely, it has grown into a masterful production, I hope at least. And I'm just proud of this entire community as well, just the entire movement in general. I believe that the community has changed the conversation around Star Wars for the better. And I'm getting ready.
The force is strong with this one.
JB Jora super chatted $5. Love you guys. You may not have had me on yet, but I'll be on later today to help celebrate your 1 year.
I'm really curious what it sounds like. I've never heard it. I've never been able to hear it before.
I'm gonna try to do an impression. It just says, well, shout out to JB Jora. JB Jora super chatted $5. Love you guys. You may not have had me on yet, but I'll be on later today to help celebrate your. You'll be on sooner rather than later for sure. I'm just giving some time for Eggy to hop on and say her piece as well and kind of finish like the introductions at the very least. But we're in the middle of like the party right now.
Yeah. Also, I mean, not to stay in the whole sappy thing, but I have to personally.
That's the best welcome ever. Oh my god.
Well, just real quick, I want to finish. I want to thank Pep because I just started grinding out content, not knowing what I'm doing. Like I'm just firing off content like a machine gun, and without Pep's advice with helping me in OBS and stuff, and my computer blew up, and he helped me with building my current rig that I have, and with always pushing me to every time I figure out something new and cool to do, then he does it again but better, and I have to keep up. I lag shortly behind, but it's that iron sharpening iron, and it's been awesome.
Well, you are welcome, and I'm here to help everybody, and I just unclogged the constipated emoji wall, so everyone is seeing a shower of emojis. Eggy, thank you for joining us. We were just talking about, you dropping in and, getting to say your piece before I invite everybody else to have a party.
First guest of Dyad.
First guest.
Oh my god, wait. I wasn't the first guest.
You were.
Mm-hmm. I was?
We had episode 1, that was me and Brandon. And then episode 2 was you.
Oh my god, you guys. I just want to say, everyone, okay? I love, the two of you are some of the best people, I swear to god. And Starkiller as well, of course, my goodness.
I believe Starkiller was 4 or 6. We had done a couple that we didn't have guests for, and then the next one was AJ.
Mm-hmm. It's this I just remember because I met AJ, I met you later, and all of this community that we kind of all kind of fell into, that I was invited into, but that was when I Pep and Brandon, you guys were truly, I became friends with you guys, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay on this app because they're just, I think this is official, and these are two of my best buddies, and I want to stay here forever. And I can't believe it's been a year, and I can't tell you guys how proud the community is of you, how happy we are for you, and congratulations on everything. And thanks for having me on as the first guest or as the 50th. I don't care. I'd come on for any reason at all,
Hopefully for more drunken rants at some point in time.
Yes, I swear, the second anniversary of Dyad in the Forest, we're gonna be it's gonna be in-person podcast recording. We're just gonna have a bunch of alcohol in the studio, and people are gonna have fun with that.
Okay, yeah. Here's what we're gonna eventually just do an episode, and then an after party, drunken episode that will be maybe subs only, so it's not out for everyone to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, Eggy, I just want you to know, I don't want you to think that you're not amazing, because I'm gonna spoil something here for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I was following you before I was following Pep.
I'm gonna leave. You're lying.
100%. Pretty sure I was following you before I was following
I'll add
Pep.
on top of that, I was following Eggy before I even became Element 7.
I can't believe this.
No,
I
not.
can't.
I swear to God.
legitimately.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
I think when I followed you, the only videos I had up were just me bullshitting because I didn't know how to do this app. And then I followed you. I followed Jay Stoobs, and then I followed, and then I started making videos about learning lore. And then I saw Choco commenting, and I saw him make videos. And then I followed Choco, and then it all started. So, quite honestly, you're the provenance of a lot of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. Oh my. Thank you.
Actually, to be quite honest, I think Aggie is the reason I started doing specific movie episodes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because before, like, it was more general, and I did an episode where we talked about all of the sequels and then all of the prequels and all this, and then the next episode was Balance in the Force, and then the next episode was Star Wars What If. And at that point, I was like, I had seen you ranting about Annie Dalla, and I was like, I need to talk to her about this.
Yeah.
And it was on that episode where, I mean, me and Traley kind of bonded over Jedi Power Battles. I mentioned that earlier. So it's like, you know what? I want to do the movies so that I can do Phantom Menace next, have, her back on for it. And then the next one, yeah. So
My God.
yeah, we're all catalysts for each other.
It is. It's like, and honestly, you guys are like some of like, because I go through kind of like points where I kind of am like, I wasn't posting for a long time because I just didn't have the energy. Like, it's just been a lot lately, but like I'm always like it's like I post something and it can get like 40 views. I don't care. But if it makes my friends laugh, then I'm like, yeah, that's all I care about. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, I just hope like all my buds like think this is fun and think this is funny. And AJ, you are such an absolute treasure. Truly.
Aww.
Like, you just like, you're so wholesome and you're just so like, you're one of like the nicest people. And I just like, I love you, man. This is just a big love hug,
Yeah.
Aw.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Like, your Dragon Ball stuff is amazing. Like, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
true.
it. I love it so much.
Those videos tank. They never get any views.
I don't care. I love them.
Which is weird because every time I see your content, I swear to God, the thought goes through my mind is like, Eggy is like the content that you make. You should have like 600,000 followers.
Yeah.
It's high. Come by this pit of despair often.
Yeah, come to this pit of despair often. Sad, you sad boy. Oh, someone was funny the other day. They were like, "Oh, so like Jon Snow, right?" I'm like, "Jon Snow's too sad even for me." Guy's such a stick in the fucking mud. I'm like, no, it's too sad. I can't handle that stupid face. I love Kit Harington's wonderful, but it's just like.
I need the official sad boy rating scale, by the way, from Jon Snow to who? Like,
one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah, exactly. I need to see where we fall on the Jon Snow to Ben Solo or whatever.
My goodness, difficult. There's so many.
As soon as we actually get Black Knight, I think Aggie might be back on.
Yeah.
Wait, you really?
Yeah.
MCU's Black Knight, yeah, will be Kit Harington, and Black Knight has some sad boy hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'm very excited for Moon Knight right now, and I am very interested.
Oh yeah,
that's some crazy boy hours.
Like one of my closest friends, Max, like loves Moon Knight. He's like, oh my fucking Moon Knight, and I'm like, okay, and I kind of like read a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I can totally get into this character. Like, he seems like really freaking like crazy and kind of interesting, but I need to do the sad boy scale. It's that's gonna be 40 parts, but yeah, it's funny because like I'm like I keep on trying to break into DBZ TikTok and it just won't let me. It's like no. I posted a Raylo video for the first time in like 6 months though, and it's like I'm like, oh wow, I haven't gotten this much traction on a video in a long time. So it was fun to do that.
You just gotta keep trying.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to break through anime talk.
Right.
Yeah, anime talk's a hard place to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But really quickly, I want to catch up with the chat. Sorry, Choco. We have Cal, Brooke, Harith, Luke, Jedi Samark, Carter, Marvel Brights, who's saying, Eggy!
It's eggnog for the holidays.
It is eggnog.
It's eggnog for the holidays.
Let's see here. We have Chris in chat. Chris, thank you for stopping by. Hello, what have we here? Congrats on 1 year, Pep and Brandon. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yay.
of Too Black Too Nerdy. Also catch his Twitch streams. He's been playing Pokemon. Yeah, we have a bunch of awesome streamers in the chat as well. It's like Chris streams, Cal4 streams. So go follow him definitely. X4 Gamer Skills, every now and then I'll see he's on Jedi Fallen Order and want to join. And I know, AJ, you were streaming, am streaming, will be back streaming.
Eventually. It's just been like ever since I got a real job again. It's trying to find the time to do everything.
Congratulations, by the way.
I feel that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rebecca Jollimore asked, where can we follow Eggy? It's miss.eggy on TikTok. And I think it's the same.
That's me.
It's the same on Twitter, isn't it? Or no, it's
it's the same on Twitter. My Twitter is chaotic. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's a fun place.
You do not want to peek into that Twitter with a faint heart. With a faint heart.
I have a lot of emotions.
I will type it in the chat, Rebecca.
Thanks, Rebecca. You're sweet.
Is it Miss
steal
Eggy
yourself.
on TikTok or Miss Eggy?
What?
On TikTok, Miss.Eggy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
What's your Twitter?
I don't know what my fucking. I think it's Miss.Eggy. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's either that or Miss Eggy 28.
I really want to know what else you find if you just look up Eggy.
Yeah.
Like, what other content are you gonna come across?
I looked up once. I just put like Eggy in the search bar once because I was curious. And I think I came up right away. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like a monopoly on the egg market here, I guess. I don't know. It's like that and omelets. And it's me and omelets. I'm like, okay.
That's good company to be in.
Yeah, you know.
Really quickly, shout out to Fern, who was also on our podcast on episode 12. And she was originally slated to appear as well, but something came up with her personally, so we just want to give her a shout out and thank her for being a part of the beginnings of Dyad in the Force as well.
Yeah, that's where I met Fern on that episode I was on her with, and I was like, I love this person.
Yeah.
Everyone we bring onto Dyad, we end up loving. It's a natural course of events. Gnarls Bardley, welcome to Modern Mythologies. Welcome to Dyad in the Forest. Thank you for the sentiment, and thank you for tuning in. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Like, this is a free episode. I will be bringing in a couple of other people as well in a couple of minutes, but like, I mean, I'm pretty sure yesterday is quite popular on everyone's list.
I know. I just found out like the other day that the Padme book's been pushed back to April, and I'm really upset.
Oh yeah.
I'm really, because I was like, oh, it's coming out in November. It's November, and I was like, I haven't seen anybody talk about it. They're like, it must come out like in a couple of weeks, and it was like April 2022, and I was like,
What's sad is like the book is already written and already done, but it was distribution things that pushed it back.
Really?
So it's like, because I remember Brandon was like, we're gonna talk about it. I'm like, yes, we are, and I just like, oh man, I was so sad. I was like, I have to wait.
Yeah, I gotta get the band back together with who was it last time? It was Eggy. It was Stoobs. It was
God. There were like a bunch of us
Thinking
on
about
that
all
episode.
of the Padme lovers.
It was all the Padme lovers I could find. I believe Elena Tano was on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some awesome people, and so we'll have to do that again because this one looks amazing. Did you read the excerpt from it?
No, I haven't. There's an excerpt.
There is an excerpt, and
is it
Camilla.
about their wedding?
Yes, it is. I'll be reaching out to Camilla for that episode when the time comes, as well.
Because I saw it was on Twitter. Someone was like, E.K. Johnston explains why Anakin wore his Jedi robes to his wedding. And I was like, initially I was like, yeah, those were all his clothes, right? I was like, I didn't think there was like a reason. I was like, yeah, he's basically homeless. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. He and I kind of was like, oh, and then I just didn't like think anything of it. But you mentioned excerpt. I was like, it's probably in there.
Yeah, it is in there, and that pretty much is it. He's like, yeah, I could ask Padme to like have clothes made for me, like, and they would do it. She's got all the resources and it's quite wealthy, but nah, this is more me. And like, it's true.
Oh man, I would have loved to see Anakin in like a decked out outfit. That would have been cool.
Shout out to Julia Christine, who says, I also love Fern. Shout out to Star Wars English class. One half of the English class. Shout out to Alyssa Grace. Fern is one of my favorite creators on TikTok. We love Fern. Hopefully we'll have her back.
Thank you, Pep, for because you're the reason I found her. She never popped up on my For You page, and you're just like, we have to have this person on. We got to. I'm like, oh, who?
Yeah.
Who is it?
It was one of her. Okay. It was one of her Jedi apologist videos, and I was like, this is interesting. And she's an English teacher. Let's go. Like reading like the old X-Wing books and the old Legends books. Like anybody who starts their video on my For You page holding a Star Wars book, I'm like, follow. Can you be on Dyad? I'm just happy to know everyone is here, or I'm just happy to know everyone here. St. Pat, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, this whole community is just amazing. And just being able to have this weekly thing where people can just let loose. Just twice a week, 3 times a week. With all of the podcasts we have across the week, we're just 7 days out of the whole week. We have something to look forward to.
Which, by the way, I apologize if I cannot be regularly in attendance of everyone else's podcast. I do try to pop into, They Fly Now, Pod One podcast. Everyone who I can support, I do try to support. But also having a full-time job and being married and making my own content.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. I'm curious though if you guys have any thoughts on all of the awesome Star Wars stuff that we got revealed to us yesterday.
Well,
I think it's funny.
Really quickly, just like relevant to that, Brian also says, I only realized today watching Under the Helmet on Disney Plus that the initial concept art for Boba had J guys on his helmet, which were later given to Rex. Do you think he might get them in Boba Fett? I don't think so. I think in the concept it was on his helmet, and they gave it to Rex, and that was like the design decision that they kind of just finalized. Because that's not Boba Fett.
It's pretty common that they will cannibalize previous stuff in order to make new stuff. I mean, the Jedi Vectors were created to be the ships that were that the clones flew. Those were meant to be clone fighters.
Julia says, "We get it, Choco. You're married."
It's off the market, ladies.
I mean, okay, so
and gentlemen. No.
Yeah, right. Hey.
I have to shout out Julia as well, because she was kind of like in my stream yesterday when we had a notification stream. We literally sat on Twitter notifications waiting for announcements because we thought it was going to be an actual stream, but it wasn't. And she kept on saying, "Hey, like, manage your expectations," and I was like, yeah, and she was right.
But I don't want to manage my expectations.
Julia Christine has been getting nothing for Corky Kenobi and anything for so long that she's just like, I know how you feel.
I have been manifesting Corky Kenobi content specifically for Julia.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, manifest, get the crystals out, rub the crystals. Like, we're gonna get something for this boy. Yeah. I mean, Corky, I love Corky. I would love for him to be a Kenobi. I agree with her.
Yep.
There are set photos that leaked from Mandalorian season 3 that show someone who looks like Corky to me. Now, lot of people are saying it looks young, and I'm just like, how can you tell? Because they're only showing like it's not like an HD look at this person.
Yeah.
So it could be quirky. It makes sense.
And I mean, like it would be perfect because he definitely has a claim to Mandalore, like to the title of Mandalore, like.
Yeah.
He's probably dead.
Darksaber.
May the force be with you.
Never.
Wow, 0 to 100.
Putting the Darth in Darth Choco there for a second.
No, that's one of my favorite things to come out of the Star Wars English classes. Just the acronym HPB. May the force be with you.
Shout out to Forward Into the Black. Hello there. Come here, little friend. Celebrate a year of Dyad in the Force.
By the way, like I shouted out Forward Into the Black. I feel like Choco felt with me back in the day, where like I found Forward Into the Black because they kept popping up on my For You page, and just every take was gold, every single one, and I was like, why are more people not aware of this person? And like so like I just did the same thing. I was like, go and follow this human. Like this human is great.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Chase on myself, and yeah, nerd over ships.
I've already extended the invitation. Like we just have to realize and just reconcile that anybody and everybody is going to be on high ground or Dyad at some point.
It's true.
And
It's true.
and it's funny how often we both want the same person the same exact week. Like, yeah.
Shout out to Kenny in the chat, finally on break. Thanks to you guys and everyone else for being so welcoming to the community. I can talk Star Wars and not feel like an odd one out. Thank you guys so much, and keep on creating. You know, one of the reasons I started was to give a voice to the voiceless, and I feel like when you can do that, everything's good. You know, and I'm glad you, specifically Kenny, since this is your comment, feel like you can finally be free. And just be a fan of Star Wars. I hate the fact that being a fan of Star Wars was such a caveat to people. It's like, oh, you're a fan of Star Wars? Like, cautiously, I am, yeah. But I feel like now, like, the conversation has changed so much where it's like, you damn right I am. What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. Taught you how to rouse the bar. You know?
It's also really cool to see that it feels to me that the conversation is changing everywhere, because before it seemed nowhere. Now when I jump on Twitter and stuff, and it may just be my Twitter, but there's so much like Last Jedi love and stuff like that, and like and there's so much people who point out the BS that's happening. Mm-hmm. So like there was a time where someone made this super fake newsy post, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to debunk this. And everyone in that comment section was already like, this is garbage. Like, there's no proof. We've already checked your sources. And I was like, the people, they're doing it.
Yes.
The people.
It's
There are more of
working.
us.
It's working.
The beacons are lit.
Yeah.
I saw one recently that was like, because of the tweet saying that there was, more Star Wars projects coming, and one comment was like, "There's so many fake fans who want Rian Johnson to make another movie. Can't they see that they're dividing the community?" I'm like, isn't the person calling other people fake fans for liking something different what's dividing it?
Yeah.
And then just the utter like ratio was also made me laugh, because everyone saw that and was like, I don't know, it just feels like it's healing. Like the fandom was like Mustafar, and it's slowly there's still Ash around, but Kylo Ren is sliding backwards into people and stuff, so it's getting better.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but sometimes like if you make a positive video and you talk about something you love, the trolls will come out, but if you don't feed the trolls, everybody else will come for they will get theirs in the comments. You don't need to come for them anymore. Like, they're finally coming for them themselves.
Yeah. But also, they don't want me to come after them. I
Petty
will. I
Pep
will.
is the best pet.
I will
though.
dunk on them now. I will. Especially like the one, oh man, I'm not even gonna give it any attention. But it was one of my latest videos about why can't it be natural? And I'm just like, it's freaking natural. What's wrong with you? The only thing
the one about Eternals.
Yeah, I was
Right?
like, the only
saw
thing that is
that.
not natural is denying that this is actually natural.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't mind that they exist, but let it be natural. And it's like, existence is natural. What? Like,
Exactly.
Do you think they're artificially created? I mean, the Eternals were. Wait a second.
wait a minute.
Oh no, I'm going cross-eyed.
Okay, but there's a whole deep layer you could delve into that concept, though.
Darthman86 says, just for your information, to everyone trying to get to 1K by my birthday, if you like Star Wars and Marvel, hit me up. Darthman86 on TikTok, go follow him, show him some love, part of the community as well. Get him to 1K if you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do, Darthman. I need to get you on high ground as well. That's why I'm actually so appreciative. And now to be full transparency, when all these other podcasts and stuff started popping up, I was like, oh man, like this is gonna take attention. And then I realized, like, no, this is, you can't control your first thought, but you can always control your second thought and your first action.
Mhm.
You know, and when you see like the positivity in how, like, I am legitimately like bummed and sad when I see people that I want to have a conversation with on Star Wars, but I just can't because I don't have enough room and there's too many episodes and, like, or the thing I want to do isn't applicable. And I love being able to see these people showing up on these other like groups and getting that, like, I don't know, it makes me happy now.
Absolutely. Gnarls Bardley says, and you'll get notifications 3 weeks later of people yelling at the trolls. Yes, that's exactly
Yep.
what happens. Forward into the Black just hit 1K this morning. Congratulations. Hopefully by next week we'll get Eggy to 1.2 million.
My God.
She's just gonna say,
you
I love
imagine?
Vegeta, and then like it's gonna break through and just
gonna
be
break
on a roll as FYP.
For the love of my life.
Much
God.
like
Oh!
like Vegeta breaking through the Ultra ego.
Hot as shit. I'm sorry. Look, I don't even care. No, and I forgot. I actually was gonna post a video, but I just drafted it, and I was like, whatever. Eric and I finished. We finished all of DBZ.
Nice. And how does he feel?
It feels, and he was like, do you want to watch Super? And I'm like, okay. We have to take a break. I was like, he was like, let's just jump right on in, because we've seen Super before, but he wanted to jump right on in. But yeah, the Boo saga sure was interesting. It was, because I had never seen it in its entirety when I was a kid. I had seen like all of like the Saiyan, and I'm sorry, I know this is Star Wars, but like I get it, we were doing
keep
anime
going.
for a second. We did. I've seen like, of course, all the Saiyan arc and the Frieza arc and the Cell arc and all this, but like I'd only seen pieces of the Boo saga. So when we started watching it, I was like, man, I barely remember any of this. And like we kept going, and it is one of the most bizarre arcs of television I have ever seen. I was like we got a little over halfway through it, and I was like looking at my watch like, okay, like we gotta wrap it up. Like, what? The fact that I posted a TikTok about this, but the fact that it turns into an episode of the Magic School Bus, I was like,
Oh yeah.
wait, what?
People get turned into candy, and then
Yeah.
and then you like just grab them and put them inside your body, and you're like, you could do that?
They talk to tapeworms.
Why don't you only do that?
Tapeworms have family dynamics, and half of Vegeta's dialogue is insanity. Like, Christopher Sabat, I can't believe you said those lines. I was like, what is going on? And then, yeah, but like it was definitely an experience for sure. I was like, I'm ready to go back into Super so we can see Beerus again though, because I love Beerus and Whis. But yeah, it was an event. It was great.
I finished Assassination Classroom. as
Did
a
you
little
finish it?
refresher.
Honestly, I would love to watch anything else. I would love to, and because I'm an asshole. I like still have to finish Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm a terrible person. It's really good, but I think it's because like we would put DBZ on, and then we'd fold laundry and like cook dinner and like all that stuff. But with like these other shows, I'm like I have to pay attention. Like I have to like make sure that I'm paying full attention. I've been bouncing around a lot of television lately. Like I've been watching a little bit of Succession. I've on HBO. Like I'm like, okay, so I gotta kind of get my focus back in on anime but I only like watching Assassination Classroom with you and Cal though, Brandon.
It's such a good feeling show though. Every time the episode ends, you're just like you feel bright and warm, even though some dark crap just went on.
I'm just looking forward to the time that he finally masters Ultra Ego. Like,
oh my god!
What is that going to be? Is that just going to be a full on like sponge? Is he just going to take all of the hate in the world?
Yes. I don't know. Yes. I saw like I actually was thinking about when we rewatch Super and I get to kind of where Super ends, I want to pick up the manga and like start reading because I'm like I want to see everything that's going on. I think it's really cute now because you go to a bookstore, like I went to Target the other day to get something and I always peruse the book section to see if there's anything on sale. And they have like the little shelf that's all of the new manga. And I just, Target never used to do that, and they have My Hero, they have, Super, they have all of the Chainsaw Man, they have all of the new stuff. And that just warms my heart because man, back in our day, like it was hard to get your hands on this stuff,
Yeah.
Hey, don't shoot. This man is not black.
God almighty. God almighty.
I love
was
that
a line.
so much.
I was like, Trunks?
He's not black.
You want to say something? You got something you want to get off your chest, Trunks?
Hey, he's from a different future, okay?
I guess so.
No, I do have to say, and I think I've said this before and I've said it a million times, but like in DBZ, my most anxiety-inducing moment was when Frieza came back as half a robot, and I was like, oh my god, I just watched an entire season. Like I swear to God, the DVD's set, like it's like him fighting Vegeta is its own season. There's all of Namek, and then there's just them fighting and going through transformation and him getting horns and like stabbing Krillin and being like, "Oh, ride him, cowboy!"
Eric loves that part. He thinks it's the funniest goddamn shit. Sorry, keep going.
But then he shows up, and I get cold sweats of like, okay, so we're gonna get another season of this. And then he just gets roasted instantly. And I was like,
somehow Frieza returned.
I was
Trunks.
like 14 and I had to get a smoke after that.
Yeah. Trunks shows up in his titty tank top and he's like, no. There's more cleavage in Dragon Ball than in like most like like fan service anime. I'm telling you. I'm like, man, there's a lot of titties in this.
Whoever the Nexu is that did that to Padme was on set in Dragon Ball Z, because that's what the battle damage is, just like cleavage.
Yep, cleavage.
Yeah,
cool.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, that was
anyway.
All right, chat. I know you guys are trying to summon Eggy, huh? Because that is a custom emote on the stream now.
Wait, what?
It is, but it's but the emoji wall isn't working at the moment. It's constipated again, and it won't be unclogged. But yes, your Eggy is an emote on the show.
I can't see the stream. I have to see this thing. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out in the future. Everyone's emotes aren't showing up. They're supposed to like bounce along the stage when they do it, but they didn't. But
Forward
it's
to
just
Black
it's just
says,
like you're
stretching that last 5 minutes of
Oh,
a
yeah.
planet's life into 30 hours is pure writing genius.
Well, it's the fact that that the Boo Saga happens over like a holiday weekend. It's like 5 seasons. I'm like, guys, like we have to. Vegeta's evil, that he's good. Well, Vegeta's never good. Vegeta's like an asshole, that he's evil, that he's an asshole again. And it's like, oh my god. And then Gotenks shows up. I hated Gotenks. By God, I love not Gohan. What the fuck is Goten? I watched the whole show. Goten and Trunks, they're so cute. They like merge, and then they're like little ghost guys come out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go take a walk. I can't do this. This is ridiculous. But yeah, it was.
I love Gohan. Like, I loved Gohan up until Cell.
Gohan.
Loved him. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they set him up. They're like, he's got Saiyan and human blood. He's going to be the most powerful. And then they're like, just kidding. Great Saiyaman. And then it's like, oh, look, Mystic Kai friggin' Gohan. And it's like, he's amazing. Comes in, done. One shot. Boom. Over. What?
They introduced that sword in one episode. They're like, you have to go pull the legendary sword. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, you have to go get the sword. I'm like, what sword? Toriyama, like, what were you drinking? Like you just come up with this shit. And he's like, well, I'm gonna go get the magic sword. Pulls the sword. They're like, holy fuck, you're like so important. And then he gets punched in the head. And I'm like, okay, I guess
I'm
not.
still so mad about that. Like, I'm still like, I'll never forgive how Toriyama was just like, Gohan's the next thing, and then he goes, nah.
I blame the fans. I blame them because they're like,
Goku.
Oh yeah, Goku's the best, and he's
It
like,
has to
oh,
be
I
Goku.
guess. Yeah, I guess
and then
I
we
was
go to
completely
Super, and it's
sidestepped.
like, what's Gohan doing? Oh, he's in school.
Being a good father.
You're not
Being a
wrong.
good father?
You're not wrong.
I mean,
he
look,
learned
he
from his
learned-
real dad, Piccolo.
yeah.
From his real father, Piccolo. Yes.
Partially, because part of Piccolo is like, all right, you're gonna live in the wilderness and go fight this T-Rex.
Dodge.
Dodge,
love
duck,
Piccolo.
dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah.
Just Piccolo.
3 Ds of dodgeball. God almighty. Oh God. Anyway, Star Wars. What are you guys excited for?
well
the
before we
lack of content. Yeah.
Before we continue, I am going to open up the invites to our D&D group. Whoever wants to come on and just join us for this conversation, you are welcome to do so right now.
Legit though, when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, I cried.
It's incredible.
I just
He's
love
he's incredible.
I just love that like they finally went different paths because that's what I wanted them to do for the longest time ever. And when they
Vegeta
introduced
and Goku.
yeah, like I kept on like complaining as I was watching the anime that like okay, this next season is just Goku unlocking another transformation and Vegeta working his ass off to achieve it, and then it would just keep on going.
Yep.
And so now
He's
like,
chasing his back.
training with Whis, training with Bees.
Well, and like, was it Maro or Granola when they were fighting, and Vegeta just turns on Goku and just slaps him down and is like, "We're not friends anymore." He's just like, don't you realize we've just been on the same side now? Like, this is my turn. Get out of the way.
Granola.
Yeah.
Like, I loved that.
It was
it
Granola.
Granola? I couldn't remember. I was like, it was Granola, right? Yeah.
Also, Turo's gonna like have someone else do the names at some point.
It works.
You don't
Cerealians?
like Cerealians or Cerealians?
You don't like the Spice Boys?
Welcome, Cal. Sorry for.
Paprika, Garlic Jr. I thought for years that the whole Garlic Jr. arc was a fantasy. I thought I made it up. Like, because I never saw it in reruns, and one time I saw it and I was like, this wasn't a fever dream? Like, this is real?
No, that happened. That was a thing that happened.
Let's welcome Cal and JB to Dyad in the
you
Force.
lovely people.
What's going on, everybody?
Howdy, howdy.
I'm still reeling from that game that we played.
Oh, yeah.
How
Cal and
was
I-
it? Oh my God, tell me everything.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if
Not
we can tell you
everything.
Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers.
Hey.
Well, this is a party for sure. Hello, Malik. Welcome to Dyad in the Force. This is the
Our
most.
fearless DM.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Thank
5, 6,
you.
7. 7 people.
I wouldn't say fearless.
We might have scared him a little bit.
Oh.
All right, so Eggy is telling you guys to tell her everything. So try to speak in abstracts.
Brooke!
Yeah, we can't. Oh, Brock! We got Brock!
We're up to 8.
Yeah, we are. I don't know how Video Ninja handles all of these people, but we're gonna try.
They're all on there.
We got it so far. So yeah,
Awesome.
JB Cal, if you want to, I don't know, I guess.
Speak
Vamp.
as though it's a movie premiere that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah,
what happened.
I gotta try not to be Tom Holland right now and give away all the spoilers. Cal and I spent
So who's gonna leak our stuff?
yeah, Cal and I kept talking after the show ended, just gushing over each other. But I'm trying to figure out how we can actually work. So it's essentially the first game that both Pep and Choco have really played. I know, again, Pep, you said you played when you were like 13, but you know, we're old. That doesn't mean anything anymore. So 13 was so long ago. But it was really fun getting to like flesh out the characters and really like dive into different scenarios. I was kind of worried. I was talking to Brandon before the show started, and I was like, "There's 6 players. Like, there's not a lot of time to give anybody like individual like character development and like really like deep conversations and stories and stuff." Like, it's like, don't be surprised if for some reason it's just us rushing through the narrative because there's just so many people. But no, it was phenomenal. We had a pretty good like individual time for each person. There were a couple of times when the party split up, and like each person kind of got to have their own little star moment. And I mean, it was really fun. I can't wait for it to come out and to see it all edited with all the production value they're gonna put into it.
Oh my god, I can't wait to watch this.
Right.
I'm so happy for you guys.
There's gonna be art too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
Pep has
my
been
God.
spending the last
This is
like,
exciting.
week drawing pictures. So
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it
but
was Brooke's first time as well, I believe. And
It's funny, like you all say it's your first time. I would not believe you guys because of like how well you
Yeah.
all did.
it was not my first time. I know Cal and I were saying that we're both usually like forever DMs, so it was really fun to be on the other side. But I said this at the end of the show, and I kind of mean it. I don't 100% mean it, but I'm still to Malik. I'm still sorry for derailing your story a little bit there. But at the end of the day, I think it was fun to me. So
I think
You know-
it's fun to everybody.
That was actually the funniest thing because JB and Cal Forever DMs were the two that were like throwing in the most wrenches in the story.
well, it's because that's what we're used to doing. You know, when we're planning a story, all we're doing is figuring out how to like maneuver around what players are doing. So as a player, you're like, I can do this to the DM too.
Yeah.
Well, I also too like, as somebody who is often the forever DM, I really wanted to also make sure that like everybody kind of had a time to shine and have their parts and stuff like that too. So that's always a big focal point for me if I ever am a player, is to be quiet at times too. Even though like there's some moments where you're like, oh man, I could jump in with something witty or funny. Just getting to sit back and just like watch the magic happen between everybody else's interactions with one another too. It's so fun.
There was a point in the story, this is gonna try to be spoiler free, but there's a point in the story where, again, everyone kind of like split off into their own thing, and I was like, I don't need to be talking here, so my character's gonna do nothing. And I just watched and listened for like 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, there we go, had a breathing room, let's move on.
I think at some point Malik was like, does your character want to do anything? And you're just like, I listened to everything happening.
I'm like, I poured myself a drink. That's it.
So do does everyone kind of want to say what their character's name and what they were? I mean, obviously you don't know background character spoilers, but like just the general stuff. I guess Cal first.
Sure. Yeah, I am
Cal,
playing
please tell me you still have it set up.
What was that?
Please tell me you still have it set up.
I do.
I need to hear it one more time.
Okay. Statement. This one is HK18. I am playing a droid bounty hunter. Assassination protocol. Good old hunter-killer droids. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of the basic to it. On a specialized journey with a companion that unfortunately is not here, and that was Shaylee's Ewok.
I mean, you say unfortunately. Shaylee is in the UK right now celebrating her birthday. So happy birthday, Shaylee.
Happy birthday to Shaylee.
Unfortunate for them.
It'll be her birthday here in the US
birthday,
in
Shaylee.
a couple hours. But whenever all of you go to sleep and wake up in the morning, make sure you wish Shaylee a nice happy birthday.
That's awesome because now the anniversary of Dyad falls on Shaylee's, or nearly falls on Shaylee's birthday. That's great.
Birthday Eve.
And how about you, JB?
So my character, I played this character called Moradin. He was a Nautilin, and all I know about Nautilin is Kit Fisto, and how he's the sexy water creature that Dave Filoni
Shape of Water, indeed.
But George Lucas didn't. It's definitely not the same sexy water creature that was in the movies. I played I don't really know what he is in like the political stance. He's either like he's an ambassador, he's an envoy, he's some sort of like messenger type character for the Republic. He has a lot of twists and turns in his character, and he's essentially like Sherlock Holmes / Moriarty. That's the way I wanted to play him, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I think I nailed it, but yeah, I can't really say much more without giving anything away.
Yeah.
I'm more interested to figure out about Brooke's character because we didn't really have as much time to dive into Brooks, and I want to know so much more about that character.
I thought I made it clear. I was like,
I had a long backstory for my character.
I thought I made my intentions clear with Xena. I was like, train with me. Train with me.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and introduce your character.
My character's name is Xena. She is Zabrak. So she's got kind of a mysterious, has some secrets and stuff that maybe will come out during the game, maybe won't. But I kind of played it like the, like Ventress-y, kind of like Rosa Diaz character who was just like mysterious and didn't say a lot, but I feel like I did the job my character was supposed to do, so it was fun.
I'm so glad you said Rosa Diaz because when that one thing happened that I will not say, that's all I could think the entire time. I was like, this.
So
I was channeling all of that energy here.
Who was in the game? Were all of you in the game?
Yeah, it was 6 players and Malik is our GM, so it was everyone here except for you and AJ. Next time.
Pep texted me and he was like, I've been drawing all week. Like, you're coming on, right? And I was like, we hosted Friendsgiving today. So we had like all our friends over and we had Thanksgiving. So so I couldn't finagle it, but next time for sure. I've never played either, so I have no idea.
So it was all of us here plus Shaylee. So
and I guess I'll go next. Sundral Corso was a Wayseeker, Miri Ellen.
I think Pep's video froze.
Yeah.
Did it freeze?
There's so much lag.
I like the voiceover
this
though
app's
of
gonna
him
crash.
sullenly.
And it's a
looking up.
pleasant face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did I
no-
freeze?
Yep, still frozen.
normally the picture you get when you're frozen is like, but no, it's a very just
Yeah.
stoic,
Right.
relaxed-
Well, while he's doing that, I'll go. I play a chess doctor who is just out trying to find new healing techniques and stuff like that. Of course, you know, we may or may not have a checkered past and some
I
secrets.
was about to say that sounds shady.
Right. As you climb the octaves.
No, my character's name is Plick A. Nathias. Of course, my core name is Kane.
what did Pep call you? Is it like flicking thighs?
Yeah, he said,
The best name. Flick Matthias is like, yeah, that's you're flicking thighs. Oh, so good.
but it was a lot of fun to like come up with the character and like a whole rich backstory and all that stuff. And you know, I think all of us did a good job and really played into our characters. And hopefully there'll be more games to come.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
gotta say,
I was gonna say special. As a GM, I was like special shout out to Shaylee for how she plays Tika. It's like,
Oh, she committed.
Like,
she committed.
oh my gosh, so into that little like disaster.
I play a lot of RPGs. So one of my jobs is I publish RPGs. I literally like that's part of my job is playing them and
Getting some rips in the chat because I have it up on my other window and it's still
yeah,
frozen.
mine's over here.
Yeah.
The reconnection was successful.
Hey, I think we're back.
I just
Yay.
saw Cal waving his hand. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's back up. I don't know at what point that was cut off. but
Unfortunately, I think all of it.
just to repeat what I said, it's fine. Is again, part of my job is I have multiple jobs. So one of my jobs is actually as a RPG publisher. So I get paid to play new games and to experience what a lot of people bring to the table and like new ideas and stuff. And we play a lot of RPGs. And most of the time when you play, whether you have new players or old players or whatever, a lot of times the players will just play as themselves as opposed to playing as a character. And you end up getting this routine where every time that person comes onto a game, they're always the same character because they're playing as themselves. And as fun as it is, and as nice it is to get their input and feel how they would be in the world, like that's not the point of RPG. Is you're not there to play as you. You're there to play as a character. It's role play, But every single person who played tonight, despite their level of experience, all played exactly the way that their character would have played. And that is something that's so unique to RPGs. It usually doesn't work out that way. But again, Brooke was brand new, Choco's new, Pep is new, and y'all stuck to your characters like without hesitation the entire time. So it was great.
Yeah, and I'm hoping the characters grow over time and like people can chart and follow that growth.
Yeah.
And then we follow up with writing fanfic. That'd be super cool. But we'll see. And if your company ever wants to do the publishing and stuff on us as like a sample case to show off, you now have some people who are going to be good actors. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I mean, we can definitely look at
Star
bringing
Killer,
to
Star
some
Killer, and
RPGs.
Eggy included.
I love D&D, guys. I love it. I'm another one of those forever DMs, but like one thing I like to do is I will actively play characters that are different to myself. Like right now I'm in a D&D game where I'm just playing the most lawful good cleric I've ever played, and like I find myself like I'll do things and then afterwards like other people are doing stuff and I'm like, oh my god, I hate this guy. Like he's just pretentious, and I'm like, but he's always there, ready to go. Like, it's just fun to get in there and just like do that, like commit, like JB was saying, just commit.
Pep, I know you're confused, but I really like this like Joker overlay.
Right, I was about to say the joke.
I'm just trying to fix things.
Mysterious.
I think we're good to go. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me?
Yes.
We can hear and see.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
All right, keep
The
going.
king has returned.
No. We need to hear about your character too.
Oh no, Sandro Corso, Wayseeker. That's it. Just suffered a trauma on Takodana, who served under Sav Maligan, and chose to become a Wayseeker to
I was hoping you were going to rhyme the whole thing.
Undersells it.
Suffered some trauma on Takodana. He's a Jedi no longer.
Cabana.
It's
that
funny
one Jedi
because,
became a
like,
singing
I mean, like on the
sensation.
topic.
I just have to
Go
say,
ahead, Eggy.
well, if we're talking about
Oh.
our characters, I do have to tell Eggy that, there were a lot of dark side moments in that session that I had to resist.
It
Is
was
he sad?
hysterical.
Yeah, it was so funny.
No,
Pepper,
it was
you played a
bad
sad
luck is
character.
really what it was.
Bad luck.
You'll see. You will.
Okay,
You will see.
I can't wait. I was just gonna say how funny it is because today I posted a video. It was a friends only post, and JB and Smart. What's your name? Like, is it Mark or is it?
I'm sorry, Malik. Oh, my name is Malik, but Smark. It's a wrestling term.
Oh, I got you. But
His
it's
name is
Malik,
Malik. Darth Malik.
right? Malik. Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
Malik's my name. Yeah.
Malik. Okay, I don't think I've ever met the two of you. It's very nice to meet you. Today it was funny because I posted a video. It was a friends only video, but I was just like, I had like an instinct this morning while we were like prepping everything. I was like, I casted Choco, Pep, and Brooke, and a couple other people in like a Star Wars movie. I was like, I'm just gonna cast some of my mutuals into like a fictional Star Wars movie, and I don't know, like I think 4 people have seen it, but I thought it was funny. So it's like, putting yourself into the universe and having a good time. Brooke, you'll be happy to know that I thought that you would be perfect as like the head of a bounty hunter guild.
I saw it right before
head of the
this.
bounty
I
hunters,
love
for sure.
I love that.
Oh, did
that
you?
might have been inspiration for the character. Again, we don't know enough about Brooke's character. I want more of your character.
I know, really don't. Like I'm telling you,
never
but just in
know.
case we do this again, I'm gonna, keep my
I
secrets.
know that Choco has some fun ideas about the release of this show. So again, I don't want to go into any more depth about the characters yet. But
No, don't tell me anything.
Yeah, I think
Me and
all of us
AJ will have fun.
have something hidden still.
yeah.
As I like read through, everyone started sending me their character sheets and backstories. As I just read everyone's backstory, just the more excited I got because everyone's backstory was just so unique and interesting, and so many different things I could play with and press on. Which is, it was really fun to like come up with like the way you guys introduce, you each have your own different scenes. You come from like your own different like backgrounds and POVs, and it's a really fun thing to do as I work it as everyone will see how I worked in like what you guys are dealing with and kind of get a sense of like why you're in the situation you are in the one shot.
Yeah.
And then I just threw that out the window and changed the story altogether.
It was also super fun on the session where we were all creating characters as well. I honestly thought everybody's gonna be like, oh, we're playing during the High Republic era. Everybody's gonna be a Jedi.
Yeah.
And
we
I
only
was
had
so
20.
surprised to see that it was really just Pep.
I was the only boring one.
And I was like, and I thought I was gonna be like interesting, like I'll play a droid. And I was like, all right, well, never mind. Everybody else is gonna be, going off into every different direction as far as how they made their characters, and it was just so much fun. But then as it kind of progressed and we talked more, I started to realize a lot of people were going very heavily down the path of like social skills and like diplomacy and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna need somebody that's just like a hard hitter in combat, or the person that can just walk in and just take all the hits. I'm like, I'm gonna focus everything I can on combat and just be a one-note hunter killer, non-feeling droid, and just play into that super hard.
He's definitely
Super
selling
awkward.
for it. When we were planning this out and Shaylee said that she was going to be an Ewok, they immediately were like, we're going to do Rocket and Groot. That's it. We're Rocket. And
Kinda.
they played that so well.
Oh man, I also have to say, JB, your opening scene
Oh,
was so good, and it makes me mad because I realized the setup I actually had for my opening scene that I just didn't think about. but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I was like, man, he did not catch that pitch at all.
No, I did not.
But I do have to applaud Malik for the amount of times he had to adapt to the situation and just how well he adapted. Because there were some times where multiple wrenches were thrown into the mix, and you could clearly see on his face he was like, "This is not in the script," but he was able to pull through.
like, you can do that. Hold on. Right, we got it. Great.
I had to think like, how?
Yeah.
Like I think like the biggest wrenches come from. I think one of my favorite wrenches I got has got to be from Shaylee's character, which everyone will see, because it's just like I just thought like that can't that work.
Oh, yeah.
That legitimately destroyed me. 'Cause I was like, that shouldn't have worked, but okay, here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Shaylee is I have still yet to like officially formally meet Shaylee, because like every time that we're like on chat on Discord or something, like I always miss her, like, you know, or she misses me. I don't think I've ever formally met Shaylee, and I just like I can't wait for the day, because I feel like I know her completely, and she's just like the funniest. She's great. She's incredible. It does not surprise me at all. Yeah, does not surprise me at all when you played an Ewok.
I think the one here has actually met Shaylee, right? Like, I went to Shaylee's graduation. Like, but we
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
We're real close. For those of you who don't know, since I don't actually really make content, Shaylee and I started the Filoni fam. For anyone who is aware of what the Filoni fam is, again, I don't actually really make content. My TikTok is out of costume, but there's literally 0 videos on it. But all the content that I have out there right now is on Victoria Y'all's page. Go check us out dancing as Shigaraki and Aizawa from My Hero Academia.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't recognize me, because I don't have
Shaylee and Victoria.
Yeah. But yeah, Shaylee, I've been calling her an Ewok since the moment I met her, because the first video we were filming together was a response to her saying that everyone says that I have tall people energy, and she bought a lightsaber and it showed people in comparison to a lightsaber how short she actually was. And I have a lightsaber staff that is, I actually cut down the blades, but it was 7'2" compared to her. So I stood next to mine and she stood next to hers, and she was like here on me. I'm 6'1". I'm not
Halfway through the
like,
hill.
that incredibly tall, but
Oh, wow.
she's very, very small. And I've been calling her an Ewok ever since. So when she said I'm going to be an Ewok, I was like, you never stopped. So I'm glad I'm leading into that one.
That's okay. I just want someone to come into your guys' campaign. One of you needs to speak Shirowuk, and someone needs to just translate for them, just however they want. Like,
Just be 100% in character, like
yeah,
Boryaga character.
exactly. Like, yeah, you gotta emote with it. You know,
Deception
you're
check.
like everything.
Shayla has a good explanation for her character. She's obviously she's a Wookiee. I'm not sure, not Wookiee. She's an Ewok, and they don't typically speak basic. So at the very beginning, she's like, "Yeah," and I have this like device on the side of my head, and my HK unit like made it for me, and it allows me to translate into basic and like actually communicate with people. And I was like, I love that immediately. You're like, we're not gonna have any questions. I can talk to people. Period.
Yes.
It was something that she and I were talking about when we were kind of like fusing our backstories together. And we just kept kind of like basing, like, there's still obviously spoiler stuff that hasn't come out in the game at all that we haven't brought up yet. But that was one of them that was just like, either A, I could have taught you the language, but it was like, nah, it could be funnier just to like have this robotic Ewok. And just have it like coming through a voice modulator. I'm like, okay, I dig that.
There was a scene about the voice mod, or for the little translator on hers that I don't want to spoil, but like there was one other scene that dealt with it, and it was just so funny. We just kept ignoring Shaylee because of how tiny she was.
Shout out to Harris Productions. He says
I-
Shaylee was
I
just playing
love,
Ewok Hunt
I
in
love-
tabletop mode.
I think I love. I feel like Shaylee partly added the voice thing just so she could like insult every NPC or whoever she met.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I gotta say that I felt like Brooke had some of the coldest insults.
Oh. Straight up.
How do you say that? There was one insult at the very end, and again, we're not going to say it. I guess it wasn't an insult; it was just like a little
line,
like quippy response. But the exception of that one, I think you all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of that one, though, every single time, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm glad you brought Rosa Diaz. Every single time Brooke would speak, like it was just the most savage response ever. Which again, is why I want to know more about what made your character the way she is.
Who hurt you?
I was talking to JB after the session. I'm like, we have to have a session too because I'm so curious about so many people's characters, and it's like it's the itch, and now I have it, and I need to know.
Apparently, my character knows, right? But to the extent where, like, for story purposes, all Malika told me was like she's been through a lot. That's what you sensed. I'm like,
Yeah. Get dangled the carrot. There was a lot of there was actually a cool. I put it so it was really fun. When I went through your intro element, I put an Easter egg in there, or like at least a reference that I don't think anyone caught.
I'm trying to think back. Nope.
It was kind of like it's probably like one of it's kind of like again like when it comes out. I honestly I'll probably just like message you guys later. Like I'll tell you what it is, but like there was something I'm like, wow, no one's gonna mention this. Like, okay, and I just like let it slide.
I kind of want to know now.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, we all are doing that. You're like building up this whole thing, and we just have to sit there and wait and figure out what it is. Poor Eggy and AJ have to sit there and listen to the entire thing. You'll find out when it comes out, I guess.
We're ready.
Yeah, we need you guys to join.
I think like I think like another aspect of it was like I was so nervous coming into this because you guys are just all so amazing with like your great followings and you're also talented so many different ways. And I was just like this kid from Philly. He's like, okay, I'm gonna be DMing these really cool people, and like literally like as I went through that intro scene for you guys, I was like I could feel my hand shaking. But again, as we start like rolling, I was okay, no, I'm in the zone. I'm in the GM zone. I can do this.
The first time that I turned on the like little voice modulator thing for myself, I also was hand shaking. Like I'm gonna like completely botch this up because I'm like imitating a character that or like a character type that has been experienced by so many people that I'm like, I'm not.
No, I thought it was perfect.
I give you credit.
I was super nervous.
I give you credit for not only having that voice modulator, but also maintaining the speech pattern throughout. Because it's one thing to sound like an HK, but it's another to speak like an HK with all those affirmations and stuff.
I have a list because this morning I've listened to, no joke, like 2 hours of HK dialogue from KOTOR 1 and 2, and I have a list of all of the things that he uses as intros before he speaks that I just had on my monitor.
Like an intro comment for every single thing you said. I have no idea how you did that. I would have forgotten after like the third one. Everything
list is how I did it. That's why some of my responses were a little delayed because I'm like, I have to think of like what kind of sentence this is.
Would have never been able to
What an appropriate droid thing to do, though, to have a list.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that. When Pep said he wanted to draw the characters, and he was like, so if anybody wants to create like a mood sheet and send it to him, do you want that in like Excel or like how do you want me to have stuff spaced out? He's like,
the droidiest comment you can have. Do you want me to put that picture in an Excel file?
was like, what? No, send it like a human.
I'm already in character. I'm sorry.
Really quickly, I do want to shout out Commander Scythe, who says, interesting, I haven't heard of a single person who's a guest in this live. This community is so big. So I want to go through everyone, starting with AJ, just what you want him to follow right now.
All of you guys.
No. Where can he find you? Where can he find you?
Oh, sorry. Either the SK base on YouTube or Jedi_Starkiller on TikTok.
JB, do you have anywhere you wanted them to follow?
Yeah, so I have two. One, go follow It's Victoria, y'all. Again, we have so many videos that are on there. Every time we get together, we film a bunch, and they torture me and make me dance in every single one of them. And I do it because I love it so much. But go follow them, and then I'm gonna start making content again soon. I know that Pep, you were talking about breaking the anime TikTok and how hard it is. I have an idea for mine, but I'm gonna start making anime videos very soon. So go follow me at Out of Costume. I just changed it, so don't remember. At Out of Costume. I will be in costume for some of those videos, but for the most part, I won't.
Right on, Cal.
I mean, I technically exist on the internet, on like TikTok
already am.
and stuff like that. But I guess where I spend the majority of my time is on Twitch. That's just twitch.tv/Cal4, all one word.
Eggy? Are you muted?
You're muted, Eggy.
She just leaves.
Put down the drink.
That was weird.
Wait, you guys can't hear her? No.
No.
No, we can't hear.
Yeah.
Eggy, try.
How much sign language do you know?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Oh no.
Brooke. Brooke.
Hello. You can follow me on TikTok at B_Dazzler is where most of my content comes from. But I've been breaking into the Twitch world as well. So if you want to follow me there, that would be super helpful. That is just B__Dazzler. We have a good time on my streams, so it's fun.
Especially anytime a gonk droid shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I also want to just throw out
Whenever I play
gang.
Battlefront.
before we, I just want to throw on an extra. Everyone go check out Far Far Away Galaxy on
Yes.
Brookshire.
Far Away
So
Factory,
good.
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I make
I have
too.
an Etsy store too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I make stuff. Yeah, it's Far Far Away Factory on Etsy.
I still have it. All right.
We've got cool stuff
Yeah.
over there.
I saved the postcard.
Eggy, you back with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
Sorry, my phone was about to die. Because like Choco brought Suki into the frame and I started to scream because I was like, oh my god, it's Suki, oh my god, you look so cute. And then he did respond, so I'm like, I don't think they can hear me. Yeah, I'm on TikTok at miss.eggy. I just post whatever. I don't know.
Just follow her.
Whatever, it's the best.
It doesn't matter what content, just follow Eggy.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, I just post fun stuff and whatever makes like I said before, my goal is to make my friends laugh, and that's pretty much it. So yeah.
We appreciate it.
Goal
Succeeded.
achieved.
Yeah, I succeeded in that one.
Also, I guess we can talk about it offline, Malik, but I really want to find out what superhero RPG you're running, because I think I might want to try my hand at DMing. And unfortunately, it's Victoria, y'all, wasn't able to work the schedule because of moving and school and all this stuff that's going on for her. But I think I might want to try to write my own like My Hero Academia campaign.
Ooh.
I feel like
That's so funny. I'm running two superhero campaigns right now, and one of them is a spin-off of our main one, and it literally is just Hero High School.
I have a character sheet.
We just
built.
ran it yesterday.
Oh
yeah,
man.
so
This is
I
gonna
might
be
run
something.
that as a separate thing. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy watching. And hopefully, I can do more because there's a lot more people I want to get into the mix as far as being part of it.
This is why TTRPGs are so great, because once you start, it's like Pringles. Like once you start, you can't stop.
Just quick shout out about superhero RPGs. I don't know how familiar you guys are with RPGs outside of D&D, but the Kids On series, the Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms, Teens in Space, that's published by my company. We're releasing Kids in Capes later next year, so it's going to be a superhero RPG that you can rip off of if you're looking to get into that kind of stuff. Quick shout out from another company, 100 Entertainment.
Awesome. I've heard amazing things about there just being like a modern, having modern mechanics that are simple yet deep, and so I would love to check that out. Also, I've been hearing stuff about the Leverage tabletop RPG game.
Yeah.
So I want to check that that out. It's just heists and stuff. But anyhow, this was a lot of fun, and there'll be certainly more to come.
I was gonna follow up AJ's talk about TTRPGs with the joke, but I felt like it was inappropriate to do that as you speaking about Kids with Capes. So I was like, no, never mind.
No, go for it. You already talked about that. You can't.
Yeah. Now we're.
Oh no! It was a Rush Hour thing. AJ was talking about TTRPGs. I was like, yeah, that's my TT. But Malik, you haven't gone, Malik. Where do you want people to follow you?
Follow me. You can follow me on TikTok at the Jedi Smark. I make Star Wars content. I'm trying to work on the more D&D content. I also make a lot of pro wrestling content. I'm a huge pro wrestling nerd. I also have a podcast. Exclamation point! It's a podcast. Wherever podcasts are available.
Very, very nice.
So, yeah.
Does anybody have any final thoughts? Does anybody have anything you want to talk about in this free forum?
Get hype for the videos to come out on this.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I was able to
very
get
much.
onto a podcast with the end of the.
Awesome.
I'm happy you're able to work the schedule, JB. Been wanting to have, and like, I don't know where JB's
We'll
been.
communicate on Discord all the time. Like, hey, are you available for this? No. Are you available for this? No. Are you available for this? Are you available for this? Well, I'm actually flying in from Vegas like the day before that. So yeah, let's go.
Very, very nice. I mean, man, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people on Dyad in the Forest. This is truly a Dyad in the Forest party. I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight and making this community, being a part of this community, everything that it is, just as a whole, from the bottom on to the bottom, because carry things from the bottom, not from the top. Thank you to AJ, JB, Cal, Brooke, Eggy, and Malik, and in spirit Shaylee, for participating in today's events with the RPG, and for showing up to do this kind of like after party, additionally celebrating Dyad in the Force. This is it. On to the next one.
For light and for life.
We are all the Republic.
And may the Force be with you.
Ride the